I needed lights on after that.
But it also
Confused the heck out of me.
The Mortuary Assistant, which is streaming on Shudder starting March 27th. Gets some things right, but it also
Confused the heck out of me.
Yeah, it gets a little weird.
A little? I'm still scratching my head about it.
One of the things I liked, I think the direction and like the cinematography on it, I thought was like really good. I think the way they use the camera, and the way they film it, I think was really effective. There's a scene in the middle of the movie where they're, let's say, like kind of fighting one of the demons. They do a lot of like really cool like close-up shots on the arms and like on the demon's face and stuff like that, and just the way they kind of pan through and stuff like that. I think it looked really, really good, and I think it shows that the director and the cinematographer know what they're doing.
Yeah, and
like,
the effects were really good.
Yeah.
And well, I gasped and jumped and got spooked.
I got laughing a couple of times. How many times you'd go, or, oh no.
I did. Because you would start laughing, and I was like, what? And you were like, you gasped. And I was like, no, I didn't. And you're like, you full on just gasped.
Like you say, you were clutching your pearls.
Yeah. I was clutching those sheets.
It's a movie that you can see from the trailers where there's like some demonic possession kind of going on. There's some demons and they're trying to take people over.
As there is a lot of times in these horror movies.
That's what you're saying, nothing new. And so they're playing with what's real and what's not. And I think the problem where it started getting confusing is they didn't, to me, you always kind of need some anchor points here and there through the movie to kind of anchor it back to reality so you know where you're at. And they never really had that. There was things where it's like, it looks like she's hurt, but then not later. So it's like, wait, so that happened? And
yeah, so it's like, did it happen, or did you mess up on filming and you filmed her when she wasn't hurt, when she's supposed to be hurt?
And it's like, so that's why so if she wasn't hurt anymore, or like that didn't happen, you kind of needed that scene of like, oh, like where she's not hurt. But
yeah.
I think they missed that there. And so it got a little confusing on what was real and what wasn't.
I mean, she did that once, but the rest
not
of
for everything.
not the rest of the time. It's easy when, she sees something and then it's gone. It disappears. Then you're like, oh, okay. Now she's back in reality. But there's
a lot of the things that got you gasping was, we'll call it like the body horror, because they're in a mortuary, so they're embalming and dealing with bodies in that way. And they show that, like, the first 10 minutes of the movie is like you're learning that she's training and like taking her final test, and they're showing her doing it.
Yeah, and it's like, I guess in real time, not slow motion, how careful you have to be, but it is zoomed in. So like, here's the body part I'm working on, and it's like, zoom, and
and like stitching and like taking those long, like sticking in to like embalm or like take blood out,
and then
like
then
like moving it around and
and moving it around. I'm just like, do you have to do all of that work if you get cremated? Because I'm like, you know what? Just cremate me. Don't poke me. Don't try to fix my wounds with staples and stitches, and cremation all the way. After seeing that, I know you're dead and you're not there, but no.
Yeah, they showed a lot of that, like, and they did a really great, like, the effects on that part of it was really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, thank you. I don't want to see that.
I liked how it was dark and like it was moody and like I think it fit the story.
It was done well.
It was done well.
I was supposed to say, I needed lights on after that.
This was
I need to, let's watch a little comedy. And I ran out of water and was like, you're going to have to go get it. I'm not going out there and getting it.
So it was effective.
Yep.
So let's get into ratings then. What would you give this one?
I'm going to say it's worth streaming because it did spook me multiple times. Like you said, I gasped. And the acting was good. It's just not my cup of tea, but it's worth a stream.
I agree with that mostly. I'd give it a renter. I think the effects are really good. Like I said, I love the direction of it. The acting was good. And it's just the story, like we said, like kind of got a little confusing for me. That kind of like
they just took too many turns and.
But I like the demons in it and stuff like that. I thought it was really effective and really cool. So yeah, I'd give it a renter.
They're obviously effective. I keep looking at the corners of all the rooms.
So do you want to get into spoilers?
Yep.
Okay, if you haven't seen The Mortuary Assistant and you want to go in fresh, pause here. Then once you've seen it, come back. Otherwise, go watch one of our other videos.
There's a demon with glowing eyes in the corner where it's just like a big black mass. And we talk about a lot of times in the movies how to look behind people when they're panning slowly. Okay, this one has something in the background almost every single time. And I think I gasped all those times too because I was like, oh God, did you see it? Like, it's not just me that sees it, right?
And they were different. It wasn't like they're always the same demon or something like that.
It was
Usually
a
it was
glowing eye demon. Then it was some creepy, kind of reminded me of like Chatterer.
Yeah, I didn't think about it, but yeah.
Mouth was all like...
Which, he was cool looking, but it made me think of... this is stay with me here. The show Face Off, which is a special effects show, which we loved.
I love that show.
The only thing is, to me, that the face was very, like, immovable. And it seems like they made the expression onto the face... And it immediately made me think of Glenn always going, you never design the expression on the face of the monster because then they can't do anything.
The character has to be able to move and make expressions.
Yeah. And it never did, except for like the very, very, very end. Like you could see like its teeth kind of chattering a little bit. But that just popped in my head as soon as I saw it. Like it was a cool looking demon. I'm not saying it wasn't, but that was the only thing that
it didn't matter that he couldn't move his face or not. It creeped me out. He could move his body.
That was the creepy kind of like the way he like moved around. And, yeah. He was down in the basement like on his, all fours and yeah.
And then again, back to her doing the bodies, like intestines were hanging out and she was having to like cut part of the intestines out and like shove them back into the body and then stapled it. And then she cuts her own leg at one point, which evidently didn't happen.
That was the thing we were kind of like, wait.
But like then it has a gash. And then she's stitching it, but in the most slow, like, I was just like, oh, fast forward. It's just...
I think that's what works for it too, is they stay on those moments where it's like, it's making you kind of like cringe because like pulling the thread and it's usually kind of close up on it too. So yeah. Talk about the ending. That's what's so confusing is... So we talk about going back and forth and her, like, the demon's trying to possess her, and the guy that owns the mortuary or whatever is, like, trying to convince her to stay and, like, help him, and but they have to get rid of this demon first.
Which I really didn't understand all of that. I didn't understand why he couldn't be there to help her, why he brought somebody in to work there when he knew there was this demon problem, and then didn't teach her about the demons. I'm like, that's the thing. That's what knocks it so down for me is like, huh?
I think it was that because he had said you have to do it on your own. Like he was trying to test her to see if she could withstand the demons so that she could actually be the assistant. Because if she couldn't, then he can't like rely on her. But it goes back and forth between this like traumatic thing. Her dad dies when she's young and it's basically her fault. And so she's kind of, the demon's using that against her and kind of showing that to her and stuff. But then it shows it that the dad kind of dies because he sees that demon.
Yeah, and, back when she was a kid.
And slips and falls, and that's kind of how, because he gets distracted because he's trying to help her. And it's like, so, wait, so is the demon been after her the whole time?
Exactly. And is it because she's a recovering alcoholic?
Yeah.
And that was when she was a kid, like 14 or something. She was, I think, drinking or doing drugs then, where her dad had to try to come save her. So, yeah. And then the main mortuary guy or whatever was like, you can leave, but they'll always find you. Okay, why are they always going to be coming after her? Because
I guess now that she's like fought them or
I know, but like you said, it looks like it was there when she was a kid.
Yeah. And she goes out and like acts like she's gonna leave, but then she sees the demon sitting over there, kind of like, I'll see, smiling at her.
Yeah.
And so I guess she realizes it and just goes back in.
Right.
And so she's gonna be like the assistant, but it's still just like they didn't really nail that quite.
No. And I wasn't a huge fan of the mortuary guy, the main guy. I get he was going for this like stoic kind of like Saw.
I can kind of see what, yeah.
You know how the guy in Saw doesn't have any emotion and he just talks.
Yeah.
That's the way he talked the whole time.
Yeah, and it came across more like tired and like kind of just half there than it did like being stoic.
Yeah. I didn't get bored in the movie because there was enough little jump scares that I've talked about already. But I also was like, how much longer we got going on in this? Like, how many more times is the little demon going to jump out and scare me?
It's not going to be on my top of the year list, but it's not going to be on the bottom either. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I've already watched some this year that they're fighting for the bottom.
Yeah.
This one is safe to not be on the bottom, but no, it's not going to be on my top. So what did you think of the Mortuary Assistant? Did you find it a little confusing? And did you gasp and jump as many times as I did? Probably not. Let us know in the comments.
Thanks for joining us today. And remember, around here, the fear is family.
Thanks for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, hit like and subscribe. And tune in next time to The Fear Review, where the fear is family.